Real quick, I want to thank you for your works. Big fan. I really liked Crown Heights and a lot of films you do. Love you in ATL, and love when you jump on Clubhouse as well and tell your story and uplift uh, fellow workers, in the acting game. I think it's dope.
Thank you, man.
That's what's up. Um, this is a dope film. Once again, you get to team up with Daniel on a movie. This time you're playing the FBI informant, William ONeill. What was that like, being able to see from that perspective, someone infiltrating such a powerful, such a important organization to Black culture like the Black Panther Party?
Mm. It's fucked up. I didn't want to play him in the beginning, but over time I realized it might be a unique perspective to see from the eyes of someone who's on the outside looking into an organization that they didn't really care for because they were apolitical at first, and then began to understand it as something different once they got involved. But yeah, initially it was I didn't want to do it. I didn't like the character. Um, yeah, I thought I would be playing Chairman Fred Hampton. So when Shaka revealed to me that I'd be playing William ONeill, I had to sit with it a couple of days.
Right. Well, I mean, nonetheless, you nailed it. I watched the movie. You did a great job, and you played your role in telling the story. And I guess that was the bigger picture of it all. With the film as well, I think it's just so timely with what's happening in the world today. The storming of the Capitol and how people are looking at those people in comparison to maybe the Black Panther Party. How do you see that?
I don't know. I didn't pay too much attention to the storming of the Capitol. I mean, by that point, I was exhausted by the rhetoric and the things surrounding the elections and what was going on, and I just don't. I was one of the people that didn't believe that Biden was a good choice, and neither do I believe was Trump a good choice. So I kind of ejected myself out of the political discussion at that point. And so when all that went down, I was just like kind of not paying attention. But from my understanding, people seem to believe, at least from what I hear a lot here in California, that there's a bunch of racists that stormed the Capitol, even though there were some black people in there too. I'm a little confused about that, but I don't know. But I guess some of the similarities and parallels I see to what's happening today is just the fact that people are getting a little bit unsettled with things that are happening. In the 60s, there was a real effort to try and bring people beyond the constraints of administrations and governments and try and free the mind and and exist in a sort of freer capacity. I think actually that has never stopped, but there have been efforts by people in positions of control to try and thwart that natural progression of development in people. And I guess this film is an example of that, where there's one guy who's attempting to bring people into openness and awareness of self and feed kids and bring them forward. He's labeled as a terrorist and the number one threat to America. So, I mean, I guess for me, it made me question what is a threat to America and the way that we see life. And is that threat really a threat? I don't know. That's a question to be asked.
Big facts on that. Powerful film. We're celebrating Black History Month right now, and for those who have not been able to read the biographies or do any study on Chairman Fred Hampton, do you think this film will give them a good opportunity to kind of like be introduced and have a little bit of an understanding?
It's a good time because it feels like a time and space where this is the shortest month of the year, and this is the month where everyone wants to try and pay attention to Black American history as much as they can. But oftentimes, especially in education, not as much as they can. They like to skip up over it or skip things, which is why a lot of people haven't heard about Chairman Fred Hampton, unfortunately. But now here's an opportunity to share a little bit more insight into a story that has been largely misrepresented in popular media or not represented at all.
At all, right? With do you think he ever stood a chance, Chairman Fred Hampton, with the likes of William ONeill? In the case where, if they're coming after you, it's just a matter of time for your demise.
Yeah, I think he stood a great chance because I think the spirit of what he represented has not been killed and cannot be destroyed. As he would say, you can kill a revolutionary, but not a revolution. So spirit and thought in those in the minds and hearts of us to keep it alive is what the whole point is. It isn't even about this body. People are so afraid to die that they're afraid to stand for something. And that's what you know, hope that people walk away from this film with the idea that is it better to live life as a slave or to die for freedom?
That's so dope, man. LaKeith, man, I really appreciate you once again. I celebrate you. I think you're doing some amazing roles and you're nailing them. And I'm just like so excited about your career and how amazing it continues to grow and go.
Thank you very much, sir.
Absolutely, man. Take care of yourself and thank you. And we're all excited to see this film on February 12th. If you feel comfortable enough to go in the theaters and see it, and if not, HBO Max is gonna run it a month later. And LaKeith, man, we just excited to see you continue to do your thing, man. You're an awesome brother, man, and I'm excited to continue to hear you on Clubhouse as well.
I'll see you in Clubhouse.
Yes, King.